In June 2016, the United Kingdom decided to leave the European Union. 4.5 years later, the two have finally announced a trade agreement. It's a crucial breakthrough. The clock is not ticking anymore. That's how the EU described the moment. The EU Commission chief, Ursula von der Leyen, said the deal was fair and balanced and that the UK and the European Union would continue to stand shoulder to shoulder.
The United Kingdom is a third country, but it remains a trusted partner. We are long-standing allies. We share the same values and interests, whether it be the COP26 summit in Glasgow or the upcoming UK G7 and Italian G20 presidencies. The European Union and the United Kingdom will stand shoulder to shoulder to deliver on our common global goals. Competition in our single market will be fair and remain so. The EU rules and standards will be respected. We have effective tools to react if fair competition is distorted and impacts our trade.
Meanwhile, the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson hailed what he called the biggest trade deal yet with the European Union. Listen in.
Since that time, we've been getting on with our agenda, enacting the points-based immigration system that you voted for and that will come into force on January the 1st, doing free trade deals with 58 countries around the world, and preparing the new relationship with the EU. And there have been plenty of people who have told us that the challenges of the COVID pandemic have made this work impossible and that we should extend the transition period and incur yet more delay. And I've rejected that approach precisely because beating COVID is our #1 national priority. And I wanted to end any extra uncertainty and to give this country the best possible chance of bouncing back strongly next year.
Britain clinched a narrow Brexit trade deal with the European Union just 7 days before it exits one of the world's biggest trading blocs. The deal means it has swerved away from a chaotic finale. Bilateral trade between the UK and the European Union stands at around $1 trillion a year. Even with a deal, there will be disruptions at the borders because of the new customs checks and the paperwork involved. While a deal softens the blow of Brexit amid the pandemic, economists are warning that leaving the EU's orbit will still hurt the world's 6th largest economy. Our London Bureau Chief, Mandy Clark, has been tracking all those developments. Mandy, first of all, congratulations to you and to the people of the UK, given that this is a crucial breakthrough coming after months, in fact, years of negotiations, that prolonged period of uncertainty. Help us better understand why it's taken this long for the two sides to actually draw out this agreement.
I think it's a sigh of relief also for every journalist stuck saying Brexit. So, yes, it is. It's a moment of national relief. But it has taken so long because negotiations tend to go down to the wire with the European Union. Nobody expected it to go this close with a week to go. And there was serious consternations that they simply would not get a deal done. So it is a big relief for the entire United Kingdom and, of course, for the EU that a deal has been done. And a lot of that movement of trade will continue. But, of course, as you point out, there will be new regulations that will have more paperwork, and so that will have some slowdown, but not nearly the chaos that was expected with a no-deal situation. So it's for the UK that they managed to pull a deal. Now the details are yet to be seen. It's a 2,000-page document, so if you have nothing to do on Christmas, there's lots of reading to be done to look at that. The minutiae, those details, and that's where the decision of who lost and who really won in this deal will be argued. But at the moment, both sides saying it's a fair and it's a good deal for both sides, much to the relief of everyone.
Absolutely. Balanced and fair is how the agreement has been described. Like you're telling us, we will wait for the fine print of that agreement to tell us whether or not it's been a win-win situation for the two sides, Mandy. But just a quick explanation regarding the sticking issues and why fishing rights have been such a stumbling block, with the two sides failing to actually iron out that crucial difference, and how disruptions continue to be expected over the next few weeks and perhaps months?
The real issue was that fishing quota, and really it makes up for a minuscule part of the British economy and also the EU economy at large. So it was a very nationalistic argument over water rights. So it is an important economy, but really it was a surprising sticking point, I think, when starting it maybe a year ago, where they thought those fault lines would be. Fishing rights really didn't come up. So we do know that there was expected to be an announcement earlier today, much earlier, and it only came out later because there is still an issue with fishing rights. We'll find out what the devil is in those details, but it was down to quotas. That has finally been resolved. But the other stumbling blocks that we saw were getting that fair deal that we heard the EU Commissioner talk about a system, a mechanism where if it's not a fair market trading system, that they have a system in place to ensure that they can regulate it to make sure it's a balanced playing field. And that was a big point that the EU wanted to make clear. They want it to be fair. The UK will, of course, abide by a lot of the EU regulations when it comes to trade. So in many ways, it will be business almost as normal, but there will be more regulations, more slowdowns at the port. There is the hangover from when the French border, they closed the border because of the new coronavirus variant, but it's led to mass chaos at the Dover port, that land bridge, and that is continuing. So we're expecting to see a lot more of that delays continuing for the next while. And of course, there will be some paperwork. So going in January 1st, it won't all be smooth sailing, but it will be a lot smoother than it would have been without the deal.
Indeed, that is the expectation overall. Leaving it there for the moment, Mandy, thanks very much. The UK narrowly avoiding a no-deal Brexit. It's taken 4.5 years for this crucial deal to be arrived at. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.